Today I am going to explain a drama romance movie in which a student wants to take revenge from his principal for his father's death. He spends a night with her and tries to ruin her life by blackmailing her. So let's the explanation begin. In the beginning of the movie, we see a couple, June and Felix, who are going somewhere in the car. Their child was also with them. June came to know about Felix's affair. That's why she was quarreling with Felix. She is a psycho woman. Felix tells her that there is nothing like that. But June tells him that we cannot live together, but we can die together. That's why she twists the steering of the car, due to which they has an accident. In this, June and her child survive, but Felix dies. After this, the movie goes ahead 17 years, where we see a woman named Kathleen Hotel who is partying with her friends because she was promoted from teacher to principal. Then her friend Megan tells her that she should date someone because Kathy is separated from her husband. Then suddenly the AC in the room stops working. They tells the manager to send someone to fix the AC. Then a boy named Ian comes to fix the AC and starts repairing the AC. Megan and her friends start flirting with him. Then he fixes the AC and leaves. Kathy tells her friends that she is going for a swim. Kathy was sitting in the pool side. Just then Ian comes there and starts swimming. Then Ian starts flirting with Kathy inside the pool. After which, they both go to the room and have a drink. Meanwhile, Ian comes close to Kathy and kisses her. After that, they both start making love to each other. But before that, Ian turns on a video recorder. Next morning, when Kathy wakes up from sleep, she sees that Ian had gone from there. After this, Kathy and her friends go to the reception. The hotel manager apologizes to them for the AC malfunctioning, but she says that no problem, Ian had come and fixed it. The manager gets confused after hearing this. He starts thinking that who is Ian. After this, Kathy checks out from there. Then we see Ian. He gives a hotel uniform and the packet of drugs to a boy. He then sees a photo of Kathy and her daughter in the car. This means that there is some planning of Ian behind us, which we will know further. Then Kathy comes to her house and meets her daughter Bree. On the other hand, Ian comes home and talks to his stepfather, who is a drug dealer. Ian's mother was also present here, who was none other than Jin. And the kid we see with Jill at the beginning of the movie was E. The next day, Kathy goes to her school, where she sees E. Ian also studies in the same school, and Kathy's daughter Bree too. Ian and Bree study in the same class. Ian goes to Bree and starts talking to her. After class, a girl named Gina comes to Bree with her friends. Jenna used to date Ian, but now they have broken up. But Gina still loves Ian. Then they start talking, but Gina's friend's boyfriend starts making fun of Bree. That's when Ian comes and shuts his mouth. Ian leaves when he sees Kathy coming. After this, Ian and Bree become good friends, and they both start spending time with each other. One day, Ian blackmails Kathy by sending her photos of that night, which makes Kathy very nervous. The next morning, Kathy is talking to a teacher when she sees Ian and Bree together in class, which shocks her. After this, she asks her secretary about Ian and tells her to bring all his details. After this, the security guard of the school gives all the details of Ian to Kyle and tells that Ian is not a good boy and has been expelled from the school many times. Kathy gets tensed after hearing this. She then sees Ian and Bree together through the window. She then walks over to Bree and tells her to get inside the car. Kathy tells Bree to stay away from Ian, but Ian had become a good friend of Bree, so Bree refuses to do so. Then, after coming home, Ian shows the photo of Kathy to June and says that he will definitely take revenge from her. Actually, Felix was having an affair with Kathy, and June knows all this. Ian believes that Kathy is responsible for Felix's death. That's why he is doing all this. Here Kathy was getting upset because of Ian. Then her husband Ben comes there. Kathy had told Ben about her and Felix's affair. That's why they both got separated. Then both of them start talking. Then Bree comes, and Ben takes her for lunch. After this, Kathy calls Megan and invites her to her house. Meanwhile, Ian was keeping an eye on Bree. He was waiting outside her house, and then he follows him. While having lunch in the restaurant, Bree sees Anne. She goes to meet him on the pretext of going to the washroom. On the other hand, Kathy tells Megan about herself and Ian. Megan tells Kathy that she did this very well, and then both of them make a plan for this. Here, seeing Bree and Ian talking, Ben comes to them. Bree introduces them both. Bree was very happy after coming home. During talking to Kathy, Ben tells her about Ian. The same night, Kathy goes to school and puts a knife in Ian's locker. But next day, Kathy tells to check all the children's lockers, in which a knife is found in Ian's locker. Because of this, Kathy expels Ian from the school. Ian understands that it was Kathy who made this plan to get him out of the school. He goes to her cabin and tells her that he was keeping an eye on Kathy for a long time, and he knew that Kathy has become the principal of this school, so he took admission in this school. He did all this to avenge Felix's death. Then he shows her the video of that night and blackmails her. He tells Kathy to give him money to stop blackmailing her, but Kathy refuses to give the money. After this, the guard takes Ian away from her. Gina sees Ian going out of the school and goes after him. An angry Ian reaches home, where his stepfather started abusing him. Enraged, Ian stabs up, due to which he fainted. After that, he comes to June and says that we have to leave from here. Only that he learned that Bree is not Ben's daughter. She is the daughter of Felix and Kathy. This means that Bree is Ian's sister. Just then Gina comes there, and she tells feelings to Ian. Then Gina sees Ian's stepfather. Ian scares Gina and tells her to leave. After that, he comes inside and beats his stepfather with a baseball bat, due to which he ducks. Here, Kathy tells Bree that she has expelled Ian from the school. Bree gets angry with her after hearing this. Next day, Ian secretly goes to Bree and takes her with him. Gina sees them both leaving. Ian asks her to keep quiet. Then, when Kathy doesn't see Bree in her class, so she starts asking everyone about Bree. Gina then tells her that Ian has taken Bree away with him. Hearing this, Kathy gets very upset. Then she calls Bree, but Ian picks up her phone. He tells Kathy that if she wants Bree back, she has to pay the money. Then Ian takes Bree with him, and on the way, he tells Bree about the affair of Felix and Kathy, and says that she is his sister. Then Kathy and Megan reach the place told by Ian, and give the money to him. Then Kathy comes to know that Ian is Felix's son, and he was doing all this to take revenge. After hearing all this, Kathy tries to explain the situation at that time, and she also tells that the circumstances of that time were different. But Ian was not ready to listen to her. Ian's plan was that he would spend his life with June and Bree. After taking money from Kathy, Ian had also told Bree that Kathy had slept with her. Bree asks Kathy about this, to which Kathy says yes. Bree feels very bad after hearing this. Then Kathy tries to convince both of them, but Ian starts threatening both of them by showing a gun. He was about to shoot Kathy. Then Kathy runs towards him, and they both fall down from there, due to which Ian has died, and Kathy is badly injured. Before going to the hospital, Kathy apologizes to Bree, and Bree also forgives her. June is shocked to hear the news of Ian's death, and she gets mad. After this, we see Kathy and her family celebrating Bree's birthday, and now Ben also lives with them. On that note, movie